Morning, everybody, and welcome back to Miss Phins. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming this morning, each and every morning. As you guys know, guys, you can check out Miss Phins up here Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, each and every day. Thank you for coming through. Really do appreciate it. Man, I have a special guest. I'm like totally geeking out. So, I'm gonna bring him on in a little bit, but I want to just run through a few things here with you guys first. Give you some info on him, and then we're gonna go and have the interview here. So, as you guys already know, guys, each and every morning, you know what I'm gonna ask, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe to Miss Vince. Hit the like button. Why? Because it lets everybody know. It lets everybody know that we're always having fun over here with Miss Finn. So go ahead and make that happen. Why? Because why not? You know what I mean? So let's make it happen, guys. Thank you for joining this morning, man. Whoo, I'm trying to calm myself down, I'm not gonna lie. But it's okay. We're professionals here, people. We're gonna have fun. And you already know Miss Fins is interactive. So anybody that has a question, go ahead and put hashtag web on the chat, and that way I will try to go ahead and actually no, because it won't highlight for me. So let's do it this way. Put Miss Fins, hashtag Miss Fins. Let's do it that way, and then we'll go ahead and I'll know that it'll be your question. So go ahead and let me know, guys. But listen, I want to remind everybody we have our 500 subscriber giveaway. So please, thank you, everybody, for going ahead and subscribing to Miss Fins, guys. I'm so excited to have each and every one of you. Let me say hello to everybody in here real quick. Flip side, I'm up. I'm here before Miss Fins and Chef Ju. No way. Morning. On my way to practice. That's awesome. Hit that like button, guys. Flip side said it. Just saying. Chef Jew in the building. Good morning, Lady Dolphin and everybody. How y'all doing this morning? Check your pulse. Absolutely. Obviously, good morning. Who should have been in the Hall of Fame already? Mr. Richmond Webb. Yes. Ryan AP, welcome. Good morning. Calvin, welcome. Too early for this. Hey, listen. We all got things to do. I get it, but right now we're enjoying ourselves. Good morning, Miss Finn. Thank you, Von Joe. Thank you, everybody else. Easy. Want to put in a scholar? This one, you guys are hilarious. Michelle, welcome. Good morning. How you doing? Have fun at work. Marinos Gold. Thank you. Good morning, guys. Jeremiah, I see you in the building. Thank you. Good morning. Oh man. Good morning, Triple OG Misfits. Must appreciate you guys. Listen, Miami Kid, I appreciate it. Starting us up here with the questions. We're gonna go with the questions, guys. But remember, we gotta go ahead and give you a little more information on here, guys. Yeah, if you didn't know, we will be live today with Richard Webb in just a few minutes here, guys. So thank you. I already prepared this for you guys, so I gotta go ahead and show you guys. Boom, baby. Go ahead and thank you for joining. There you go. You see it? Look at these. Look at that face. Look at that face, people. You see the smile? You're going to see that in just a little bit. So there you go. Yes, we are having Mr. Richard Man coming up here. But look, I already told him. I don't want to shower him, and waste too much of his time. So I'm just gonna go over the deets. All the minutia, the early stuff. Why? Because why not? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know all this already, Richmond Webb is a legendary Miami Dolphins football player, offensive tackle. Oh my goodness. All I know is I'm so glad I've never played against him. Just saying. Not that I would have had the opportunity, but you know what I mean, people. Listen, he was actually drafted for us. He was a first round draft pick for the Miami Dolphins in 1990, guys. He played for 11 straight seasons. Oh my goodness, man. He's amazing. He did play 2 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals. But we're going to ignore that part, okay? So don't even worry about it. He was a first round ninth pick overall for the Miami Dolphins. Very excited. He went to Dallas Roosevelt as his high school and Texas A&M for college. Hey, Mr. 6'6", 325 pounds. He was moving bodies, ladies and gentlemen, moving bodies. Okay. And if you don't know the accolades, don't worry. I'm gonna tell you right now. 2-time first team All Pro, two-time second-team All-Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, all consecutive. Thank you very much. PFWA All-Rookie Team, and NFL's 1990s All-Decade Team, as well as part as the Miami Dolphins Honorable Man. This guy was just amazing. He got to play literally the last decade of Marino. He was there first hands, eyeballs in the building. Okay, played 184 games. He started 167 games. He got 4 fumble recoveries. And just so you guys know, fun fact, which actually I found it really cool. Um, guys, he actually has a record for the Miami Dolphins playing 118 consecutive starts. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of people know that. So very, very excited. Obviously, he retired in 2005. But we'll talk about that a little later, guys. Look, the one, the only. I mean, I don't know what else I could say. This man is just phenomenal and somebody that I'm so, so blessed to have. So, one more time, guys, you already know it. Give it up for Mr. Richmond Webb. Wait, wow. Wow. I can't even believe I did that. See, people, this is, hey, we're live. We're live. It's what we're doing. There you go, Mr. Richmond Webb. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning, Miss Phins. How you doing this morning?
Oh man, alive and kicking, sir. Can't complain. Thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Again, like I told you, I'm slightly freaking out that you're here, but very excited.
I'm glad to be here. I'm thank you for having me on your show this morning. So I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you. Honestly, I still remember when you first followed me, I was like, I had to refresh my Twitter page like 4 times to make sure that thing actually said follows you. Trust me when I tell you, I very, very grateful that you're here. Honestly, you're a Miami legend. I don't know, the fact that you even open up yourself to us, as fans. It's so amazing, and truly, truly something that gets me excited because it lets us know that you are one with not just the team, but with those who really have followed you throughout your career and have you really enjoyed even oops um what you've done for the team on and off the field, obviously. So for me, I'm excited. So let me get into this, guys. Look, first of all, how are you doing today? Let's start that off. How are you doing today? What have you been up to with your life?
I'm
Let's
doing
let's get some.
I'm doing good. I'm up early this morning. Looking forward to being on your show. And like you said, play for the Dolphins, but now I consider myself a fan. So I do embrace being able to hang out with you guys and kind of interact with you guys and experience it from the other side now that I'm retired. So I kind of get the best of both worlds, but I'm doing good this morning.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that you do a lot of charity work as well. I see you all the time with your Twitter. Talk about that a little bit. What have you been working on as far as charities and giving back?
Well, normally, I got a couple things coming up, but they're not mine. But if it's a charity and it's for a good cause, I normally participate in it. But the last thing was one of my former teammates, Robert Wilson, college and with the Dolphins as well. Just recently wrote a book, released it, and he had a book signing here in Houston, and went out to support him with some my former Aggie, former NFL players and that. So it was a good turnout, and really excited to support him, in writing his books. It's politics and sports. So that's the last thing I did. I got how a A&M banquet to go to next week. So I'll be in College Station, and then just waiting for football season to kick off. That's what I really miss, because Sundays I kind of get on Twitter and interact with the fans, and we kind of go back and forth. Everybody get their opinion, and we have a good time. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I feel like you and all of us have been waiting for football season. This off season has been crazy. So I want to talk a little bit about that, but before I do, I want to kind of get your I kind of want to get your take on the difference between your opinion on how the team was when you played and versus how you see the team now. Give me the differences that you see as far as the team overall.
Well, I think the thing, I've had to remind um, some people that when I came to the Dolphins, it was pretty much structured, regimented, this and that. Coach Shula was a coach. Marino had already been there 7 or 8 years. Duper Clayton. So the system was already in place. I think the biggest thing was a few years ago when Coach Flores took over. He basically dismantled, rebuilt the thing from the ground up, and I don't think many Dolphin fans have been through a rebuild like that, where you tear it down from um, all the way to the bottom and start building it back up. But it was tough at first because we had like Laramie Thompson. We traded him to the Texans, but he started bringing in guys and really built the defense first, and he was building through the draft. And the thing we had to do was just we was waiting for the offense to kind of catch up with the defense, and I think that was a struggle. But then it was also a struggle because it had been really in the last 20 years. It's probably been a couple of seasons that the Dolphins really been competitive. Where when I was there, pretty much we knew pretty much every year they were going to make it at least to the playoffs, and so I think the Dolphins fans have been spoiled for so long, and it was not only tough on them, it was tough on me because even as a former player, that's your team, and you're supporting them, and you want to see them do well. So there were flashes of it, and then they made the change with Coach McDaniel this year, and I think the excitement and expectation has just been through the roof. Signing up Cheetah, you know, um, Jalen Waddle, the weapons we got offensively, along with the defense that we already have, and Tua's development, finally getting a couple pieces in the offensive line to kind of protect him, where we can truly see what he is capable of doing. I think it's going to be a really good year for the Dolphins this year.
Man, okay. And as far as your overall team when you played, I know you mentioned that you played obviously. Come on, you're playing with Duper, with Clayton, Marino. So how would you characterize that particular team overall? Just to give us kind of like a sense of the feel of what was the locker room like
It
in
was
that team.
yeah, it was an expectation of that was planted in your head from that win the division, and then once you win division, going into the playoffs and stuff. But that was the goal, to win the AFC East every year. And I think the difference was when me and Keith Sims came in. Like I said, Marino, Duplicate, we had veteran leaders on offense that you kind of saw how they worked in practice. You saw how they carried themselves, and so you had to just fall in line. You wasn't gonna buck the system. If you bucked the system, you wasn't gonna be there. So I think that was the difference. Really strong leadership, and it helped develop us into the next few leaderships because everybody just keeps falling in line, and it was just like a trickle down effect. So that's the biggest thing that I really feel good about this team this year, barring injury or nothing. And I'm along with the fans. The expectations for me is really high. The road still goes to Buffalo. Buffalo has a really good team, but I'm looking forward to matchups like that.
Okay. Awesome. So let's see here. What would you say? Because you play in the O line, you were a tackle, and we know what's going on right now.
Hmm.
The online is one of our weakest areas right now. Let's just put it out there. It's the truth. You played the position. So talk to me about what do you think, what have you seen so far in this off season, especially with the offensive line, and what do you think can fix it for this year, or if we can fix it this year, or do you think it'll take longer?
I think we can fix it. I do like the signing of Teron Armstead from the Saints, to anchor the left tackle position. I thought Connor Williams was going to be a left guard, but he's really been getting a lot of work at center. So He possibly may be the center, and then Austin Jackson and Eichenberg have moved to the right side. And the first preseason game seemed like they played pretty well, but this previous one against the Raiders looked like it was some regression or whatever. I'm not for sure if Teron played. I was kind of getting updates on Twitter because they didn't show the game here in Texas. So
Oh,
I need to try to see if it's preseason now. Now, regular season, I'm good because I got a direct TV, but I just got to fight through these preseason games. But I didn't actually get to see it, but I'm going to try to see if I can find a replay online or something and just kind of watch it and just kind of see. But I don't think Teron Armstead played.
mm-mm.
I think we're going to be solid on the left side. I think the biggest question is, can we get the right side to play consistent? We get a consistent right tackle. I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay. So right now you mentioned it, and that's something that I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about because you mentioned Connor William. When we got him, I honestly thought perfect. We got the secured with
Mm.
the tackle and the left guard. Now they have him playing center. What do you think of that? How they're doing it, and do you agree with that, or would you prefer him seeing him in the left guard, his natural position?
Well, I think the good thing is, and just kind of follow me on this one here. We know he can play left guard, so um, if they're concerned about the center position and they're working him, I know we still have Michael Dieter, but it creates a competition there. So if he can play center, it helps us out. But if it doesn't work out, you can always move him back to guard because you know he's pretty solid there. And then maybe Dieter or someone else plays the center position. So I don't know if it's an experiment or whatever because I'm not there day to day, but I don't have a problem with it when you know a guy can definitely play one position. He's pretty solid at it. And they may just say, hey, well, just work at it, see if you can get it. Because if you can get it, that really helps us because the center for the offensive line is kind of like the quarterback for everybody else. Once, like Marino will make the calls, we would look to Jeff Ulanake or Tim Ruddy. And based on what he would say, we would know what we would have to do. So that's a very important position for the offensive line.
Awesome. Now, one cool thing with it, I don't know if people remember or not. In 2019, you actually announced our draft pick, which was Michael Dieter.
Yeah.
How was that experience making that announcement? And so far, what have you seen in his development since he got drafted till now?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to go to the draft. That was in Nashville, and we really had a really good time. I mean, it's night and day from when I got drafted to what they're doing now. It's almost like going to the Oscars or something. But to walk out there and announce that pick, and then after that, they have a little section for each NFL team. So you get to go down there and visit with like 12, 15 Dolphin fans, take pictures, selfies, and stuff like that. So that was really cool. So I had a great time doing that. That was awesome. And it seemed like he's played mainly backup position, but Dieter's swung between the center and guard positions and that. So I'm really pulling for him to really do well. Came out of a good program, Wisconsin, this and that, and they normally develop pretty good offensive linemen. So um, I'm hoping he's making the progress to where he can eventually step into one of those starting roles. But that was a great time for me.
That's awesome. So let's see here. Now I'm gonna be doing the Q&A. So keep putting the hashtag Miss Finn, so I know that you guys are asking the questions. I'm gonna get to you guys' questions, so don't worry. Keep putting. We'll get to your questions in a minute, guys. But I want to go ahead and ask. Now that you see the AFC East, obviously back then you had the Colts part of the AFC East as well, so that was a little bit different. As far as the AFC currently is, where do you see the Dolphins landing this particular year? I know last year we were third, behind Patriots and obviously the Bills, but where do you see us based on the changes we've made this off season, and what do you project us to be at?
I'm projecting. I always tell people we still got to go through Buffalo until they are defeated, this and that. But I think that at worst we can possibly split with them, even if we win one, lose one. New England's going to always be a tough. Belichick just does a good job, so that's going to be tough. But what I do like about it is it's similar to when I played, where the AFC East was pretty competitive. Buffalo most of the time, but we were right there with them, and that's what you want. And then I'm gonna say maybe the early 2000s, the Patriots just dominated the AFCs, but I don't think it was. The Bills wasn't very good. The Dolphins wasn't very good. The Jets wasn't very good. So they just, that's how they kind of created that dynasty. They had some really good teams, but when nobody else is in your division that's really competitive, it's a little easy to win it. So now it's kind of getting back to the way when I played. But I think the Dolphins have a chance to win the division, but if not, they should be second place. That's where I don't see us no lower than second if we play the way I expect us to play.
Playoffs?
Oh yeah, I'm barring injury. Like I said, I got high expectations. If you think about it, even last year, and I go back and tell people this, the Jacksonville game and the Atlanta game, there were two games that we lost last second field goals at the end, and we wasn't playing very well on offense. So if you win those two games, win the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah,
we really
absolutely.
wasn't that far off. That's why I'm saying now with the offense and things kind of coming together, like as long as we barring a bunch of injuries at key positions, yeah, I feel we should be in the playoffs this year.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love playoffs. Uh, that's
That's,
great. I'm
that's,
glad. I'm glad to hear it because man, we've been clamoring for playoffs for a long time. So,
and how about a home playoff game? How good would that be?
oh my God, I that to me as a fan, because I know you're a fan now. Obviously, you're retired, but as a fan to have a home game that's a playoff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to be clamoring for those tickets. I don't think I'm going to see an opposing team jersey at all because it's going to be an ocean of aqua and orange in that place, if we're being honest. So that would be pretty amazing. Now, look, so let me go into last question about the team now, I guess. What would you say, or what do you think, based on what the AFC has done and all these changes? What would you say is a trajectory as far as game wise? How many games do you think we have solidly to play? Honestly,
I,
to win. Sorry, my bad. To win.
oh, I know. Yeah, I got you. I'm thinking 11 or 12. That's the target. If we do more than that, I'm not going to be. Trust me, I'm not going to be angry. If we do more,
You know,
than that,
yeah.
I will not be angry. Trust me. So, but I'm thinking somewhere around. I think that's what it's going to take. 11 or 12 to possibly make the 12 for sure. 11, you may get in, but I'm thinking if you win 11, 12 games, you should be in the playoffs.
Okay.
That's what I'm shooting. That's my goal. I think it could be better than that, but I don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, that's my projection.
Okay. Well, you know what? I gotta do this. I gotta do this to you. I want to go run through
Okay.
the um the schedule real quick, and you tell me W or L. Okay, so win or lost. Okay, can we do that? It shouldn't take that long. I'm gonna tell you the team
All right.
that we're gonna be going against. I'm gonna let you know if it's home or away, and
Okay.
you let me know if it's a win or a loss. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go. Week 1, Patriots at home.
Win.
Week 2, Baltimore away.
Hmm. I think that's going to be a tough game, but I think we can win that one. So I'm gonna say a win.
Okay. Week 3, home Buffalo.
Hmm.
Early
I'm going.
September.
I'm going to say we win at home, and on the road we'll probably lose to Buffalo. So that way, Buffalo's out the way. So
Okay, so I'll put that. I'll put the L for the Buffalo away from what you're saying here. Okay. Then we got week 4, Cincinnati away.
that's a night game too. That's a Thursday night game too, huh?
It is prime time, 8:15, sir. I mean, we've been undefeated the last year in primetime games.
Yeah, and
That's,
they doing a I guess the Bengals are doing their Ring of Honor that game too.
oh
Um,
gosh.
and I know that because I still get some of the emails and stuff. So I'm like,
Ah,
the
name your
Dolphins.
sponsor.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, but I think that could be a tough game because the Bengals got a good team. But I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
You're going with the dog. Okay, you're being a super homer. I'm loving it. I'm loving it
Yeah.
because you
It's
did
hard for
win.
me. It's hard for me to go against the Dolphins. I'll tell you that. It's hard. But go ahead.
Okay. Hey, listen, I get it. If I love the fact that you're a homer and you love the team, so I'll take it. Okay. Week 5, Jets away.
Oh, Jets. Yeah, we should. Yeah, yeah. It might be an ugly win, but we'll beat the Jets for some reason. When we play the Jets, and it was even when I was there, is you'll win it, but it probably be an ugly win. But Jets, yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah,
Okay, they're feisty, I know. Then we got fan week in Minnesota at home, week 6.
Minnesota. I still I don't see Minnesota beating us. I think we're a better team.
Okay. What about Pittsburgh? We got that Sunday night game, 8:20. And if I'm not mistaken, that's also the 50th anniversary of the 72 perfect season.
I'll be there for that game. Um,
Oh, I'll see you there. Me too.
you going to the game?
Yeah, we'll go to the
I'll
game.
be there.
That's awesome.
The 50th anniversary. They can't lose that game. I got to go to Dolphins. We
Okay.
celebrate. Yeah, I got to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's just as, I mean, that would be kind of, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Okay, next week we got away Lions.
Mm.
They got Jared
I,
Goff,
I,
Dan Campbell.
yeah,
He's
I think we're a better team, but we that's a question because we've been on a roll. We undefeated right now,
mm-hmm.
huh? Yeah.
Here we are. Hey, I'll take it. So 1972. Here we go.
All right, we'll get that one to the Lions, even though I'm
Okay.
right at the Dolphins. I'm like, okay, all right. So
This
we,
is our Jacksonville. This is the setup game. You think
oh
like
no,
Jacksonville last year?
we owe Jacksonville from last year. Now they ain't, we gonna get
Okay. So next week we got Chicago at Chicago.
Chicago at Chicago. Oh, they got Justin Fields. Oh, two young
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks. Mm, mm, what is that? October or November?
That is actually November 6th.
Man, I hate to go again. Give it to Chicago. I don't like going against the Dolphins. I know.
Back to back losses.
I
Okay.
didn't think about that, but okay, we're gonna get back on track now.
Listen, okay. Well, we got at home. We're in Cleveland, November 13th. What
I
do
think
we
I'll be
got?
there for that game too. Uh, Dolphins. Yeah,
Dolphins. Okay. Houston the following week at home.
Dolphins.
And now this is the hard stretch, the away stretch. So we're going to the West Coast. We got San Francisco in December.
Mm.
4 o'clock game.
4 o'clock. That's 1 o'clock West Coast.
Hmm.
Mm. His Coach McDaniel's old teams.
Yep.
Mm. Give it to the 49ers. I got 4 losses now.
Well, right now you've got, yes, four
Okay.
losses so far.
Okay. What we
We're
got?
at the Chargers now. Now we've went December 11th at the Chargers.
They gonna hype that game up because it's gonna be two versus.
Herbert, exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna hype it up. But I'm going with Tua. We're gonna win that one.
Woo! Tool time, baby. Let's go. You already said we're gonna lose to the Bills
I
away.
gave
Okay.
him that one. I'm not saying. I'm just giving you a projection, but I could change it. Game time. I'm 100% friends. But yeah, I got
Okay. Hey, I'll take it. Now Christmas, sir. Prime time. Let's
you. Who
do
got
it. 1 o'clock game against the Packers.
who? At
At
Dolphins.
home. At home.
It might be a little hot. Um, that might be a high scoring game. Now, I know they got Aaron Rodgers. He just ooh, go with the Dolphins on that one.
Okay, good, my real Miami Miracle Christmas
I'm
present.
riding with my friends, man. I got to ride with my friends.
Okay, I'll take it. And then home stretch, we got two more. We got Patriots away, and then after that, we got Jets at home. So Patriots first away.
We'll split with New England and we'll beat the Jets.
What? Are
We
you
might.
kidding?
I just know I can't pick too many in a row. I'm just trying to break it up a little bit. But I'm if you ask me, I'm 17. I'm picking the Dolphins every week, so I'll be I'm
Well,
at
I love your super fandom. That's 17-0 for the
yeah,
50th anniversary.
yeah.
I'll take it. We could do it two times, in this in the team. That'll be great. So right now you got us at 12-5. My goodness, that's definitely playoff bound. I mean, in that case, so that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna keep this, sir. I'm keeping
Okay.
this. So I definitely want to see. I wanna have you back again, and we can go over this. But
That's fine. Yeah, yeah.
appreciate. So, speaking about playoffs, you appeared in the playoffs 8 times while you were playing with Marino. 8 times. First of all, that's amazing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so, talk to me about that. How was it being in the playoffs versus being in the regular season? Like, what did that look like for you?
It's single elimination game. The new season starts over once the playoffs. So the mindset you got to have in the playoffs. If you win, you go on to the next week. If you lose, your season is over. So that's the way you approach it. Where regular season, say you win the first couple of games and lose, you still got time to correct mistakes and get on the roll and get things going. Playoffs, you don't. You get one shot at it. If you don't get it right, you're at home. You want one less team left to make it to the Super Bowl. So that's the biggest difference. And it seems like everybody kind of raises their level of play for the playoffs because they know it's more at stake and nobody wants to go home. So normally it's a little bit more hyped up game. So yeah, you got to be ready to play.
One and done. I love it. Okay, so it's a different mindset, in your
Totally
opinion.
different mindset. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So we played in the AFC East. When you played, who was your toughest opponent as far as team wise? Who
Buffalo.
was your, Buffalo was your toughest.
Buffalo and
How so?
when I first got in the league, they went to four straight Super Bowls. They didn't win one, but for to achieve that, um, and that was a team that I felt kept us out of this where we had the best chance. And I remember, I think it was my third year in the league. We actually had home field playoffs throughout the playoffs and played Buffalo in the AFC Championship game, and they came and beat us at home. And for them to do that, I know a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, they didn't win any Super Bowls," but to go four in a row consistently, you got to have a really good team, and that was kind of our Achilles heel. We could we would go with them back and forth, but some kind of way they would always end up scoring a few more points or whatever it took to win the game. So they were just a little bit better than us, but that was the toughest I would have to say when I played Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad to hear that at least, Buffalo, and it looks like that's kind of happening now again. That rivalry is coming back.
yeah.
The Patriots kind of are done with their dynasty. If I mean, I don't ever count them out if Belichick is still the head coach, but it's still, now they're not as prevalent as the Bills are rising in that stock. So I can see that rivalry coming back. Okay. What about player? What specific player in the AFC East specifically, um, that you actually just really didn't like going against? Like, who was your biggest like player on player, or maybe like two or three players on players that you just absolutely couldn't stand playing, um, in the AFC East?
Yeah, the toughest guy I had to play against was Bruce Smith. year in, year out, sometimes two, three times a year, depending on with both of us making the playoffs. But that was the toughest guy. The way, great pass rusher, great against the run. Just it was like 60 minutes of hell. But I look forward to it because you always want to play against the best and see how you measure up against them. But that was the toughest guy that I had to play against year in, year out.
Okay. And
Mm.
what about in the overall league, not just the AFC?
In the overall, it's him. I mean, I played against him. When I tell people my rookie year coming in preseason, I faced Richard Dent, Chris Dolman, Clyde Simmons, um, Simon Fletcher from Denver. So uh, two of those guys were in the Hall of Fame. And then my rookie year, I played against Lawrence Taylor.
Oof.
Um, it's, it
Oof.
just don't stop. Derek Thomas.
Oof.
It's, you name them, I just about saw them. So it was like a rude awakening. And what it taught me was it doesn't matter who you playing. Somebody has a guy over there that's that guy. And if you don't know who he is, you better figure out who he is because he's going to be coming once the ball kicks off. So yeah, it's real. I play against a ton of really great players, but overall, based on just playing, I probably say Bruce was the toughest that I had to play against.
Okay. Now I know you played against Michael Strahan, Reggie White. You also played against Charles Hyde. So, being that competition overall, from what you see right nowadays, is there is there a major difference? I don't want to say drop off, but the style of player that you see players going against now, how different is it versus when you played?
I think the players are the same. I think the rules have changed a little bit. I was just talking to somebody about player safety. Before, if a receiver came across the middle, whether he caught the ball or not, we had safeties like Lewis Oliver. If you came across the middle, he was going to let you know he was there. He was going to lay you out. And I've seen guys get knocked out. Him and Jarvis Williams, they would Lewis would knock him out, and Jarvis would be able to count him out, and you just can't do that. And those things will sometime a big hit like that will swing the momentum sometime in your favor. But the game has changed where they're trying to protect players. You definitely the quarterback is way more protected than when I played, and that's the high money position. And with the salary cap, they don't want to lose those guys. So um, I think with player safety and just trying to protect players to where they're just not just let unleashing them this and that on them it's definitely changed. I think the players are the same. I think in that aspect, some of the rules have changed to change the game a little bit the way people view it.
Because of safety, which I mean, I totally get it. We're seeing a lot of issues as far as player safety and CTE and all of that. So, and where to take me to my next subject, as far as safety wise, what did you guys have? Because I feel like you guys, you guys were all free for all. So I know you said the development of the safety protocols, I guess, but what did you have in yourself to protect you guys while you were there?
It was different. A lot of time you would get your bell rung, and you kind of shake it off and go out there. But now, if you take a certain type of hit or whatever, you come over to the sideline. The first thing they do is take your helmet away from you, and the doctors evaluate you. We got evaluated back then, but I think they were really paying a little bit more attention now, saying, "No, he's done for the day." And they probably know certain things to look for that, because a lot of times they be like, "Are you okay?" This and that, and a lot of times you be pissed off because you want to get back out there and try to get back at the guy that might have got you or whatever. So you're like, yeah, you just learn to say, no, I'm tougher. It's a sport to where you play where even when you get hit and it hurts you, your mental makeup is to say, no, I'm all right, no matter how hard. I mean, you got to really be messed up most of the time to where you couldn't get back in there. So it's different now. They're looking at it different.
Okay. Good. I'm glad that I appreciate it because safety first.
Mhm.
So that's always a good thing. Now, what was your funnest rivalry? Like, which team did you just love playing against that you just absolutely had the funnest rivalry with while you were playing?
You know, even though we didn't win, I would have to say Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember it might have been a playoff game we played up there, and it was in the snow, and but it was really fun because it was always, they had Kelly, we had Marino, and they would. I mean, we went back and forth in some battles, and being a part of some of those battles where you see those two guys perform at the level that they did, you know, you'd be pissed off that you didn't win the game, but you can appreciate that you actually experienced and you were a part of that. And you go back and watch the film, and then you can say, okay, yeah, we lost, but really, if we made a play here or there, we possibly could have won the game. So I think that's sometimes what gave me comfort is that it wasn't that we just always went up there and just got beat down and didn't have a chance to win the game. I think it was like a mistake here, make a mistake there would possibly cost us the game, and we knew that. So anytime you feel confident that you can go and beat a team, hey, you pretty much evenly match and say, hey, let's play it and see how it plays out.
That's awesome. That is awesome because I'm sure you guys have to have fun while you guys are playing. So it was always interesting to see who it is. So your toughest opponent is also your funnest opponent. So that's always a good thing. Okay, well, you know what? I wanted to go ahead and then ask because I have a few questions from the chat. I want to make sure I don't want to again I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to go ahead and finish it out here, guys. Remember, if you have a question, I've already pulled the ones that I saw. Hashtag Miss Fans, and that way I could pull your questions. So go ahead and mention those here real quick as well. Let's go ahead and do Mr. Webb over here correctly. Guys, hit that like button for Mr. Webb, okay? If you want to show him some love, hit that like button, okay? Also, if you want to show me some love, can you
That's
subscribe,
it.
please?
Show me some love. Yeah, hit that like
Thank
subscribe button. That's it.
Thank you, guys. Exactly. We got 50 something people in here. Let's go ahead and get these 50 something likes. So let's do it, guys. And just a reminder, we are doing a 500 subscriber giveaway as well. And obviously, the one and only, we got a live interview here with I'm just going to say Hall of Famer, because you are. Which I'm gonna talk to you about that as far as your opponents here. But let me being growing up, you got to watch Marino, you got to watch Clayton, you got to watch Duper. How was it when you got into when you actually got? How did it feel to get drafted, sir? Like, how did that feel? And then actually being in the huddle with these guys.
Yeah, being drafted, I think the building up to the draft. I can remember I went home to Dallas from College Station, and I was with my parents, my brothers and sisters, and watched the game at the house. Where now it's a red carpet event, so it's totally different. And I can remember getting a call from Miami, my offensive line coach John Sandusky. Um, I think the Raiders called, the Saints called that morning before the draft started, and maybe another team, and everybody kind of said the same thing. Where if you're there, we're gonna take you, this and that. But I was like, okay, but you probably didn't call two or three other players too and said the same thing, because with the draft, you can kind of slot guys, but if somebody takes somebody and throws everything off, it just messes up the whole order. So I said, well, I'll just wait and see. But just kind of nervous. I was watching ESPN, and the analysts. I think it was Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, Joe Theismann, and Mel Kiper, and each guy they start analyzing. I said, "Oh, this team really needs a tackle, this and that," and they would take somebody else, and then it would come up like another pick. But the good thing was I was a ninth pick, so I didn't have to wait long. And I can remember the Patriots took Chris Singleton at the eighth pick, and as soon as they took him, my phone started ringing, and it was Coach Shula, and he said, "Hey, are you ready to be a Dolphin? I said, yes, sir. So I was happy because, the thing I prayed about was, I said, Lord, let me just go somewhere warm, this and that. So South Florida was perfect. I didn't want to play in a cold weather team. So that my prayer was answered. And then I said, getting the opportunity to get coached by a Hall of Fame coach, Coach Shula, and then, playing with Marino and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And then, you get drafted, you go in for mini camp, this and that. And the two guys that were starting, I think Roy Foster and Jeff Dellenbach would come in for minicamp. And Coach Shula put me and Sims right in there with the first group. And then you actually sitting in the huddle, and it was either, I'm facing Marino, but then to my right was either Duper or Clayton, these guys 5'9", this and that. And you almost got to pinch yourself because you're like, man, I remember watching these guys on TV, but now actually in the huddle with them. So it was it take you a minute to kind of adjust to that, but everybody was pretty cool, this and that. So it made the adjustment a lot smoother for me.
Oh man, that's awesome to be playing with somebody that you actually watched play and then get the chance to actually, protect and things like that. That I mean, that just sounds awesome. What were your when you came in though, what was your personal expectations for you when you got drafted?
Yeah, the thing is, when you're drafted that high, um, you always want to prove that you're worthy of that pick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a microscope on you. If you have a bad season, they're gonna rip you up and this and that. So that was one of the things that, I was a very competitive person, this and that. And the other thing was I realized real quick, I said, Dan Marino is a legend, and my motivation was I don't want to be the guy that gets this guy hurt. I'm like, you don't want to be remembered that way because he was already Coach Shula and Dan were already like legends when I got there. So I was like, I, that was my motivation. I got to really play well to meet my expectations. But at the same time, I don't want to be responsible for getting him hurt because if I do, you just won't live it down because, he had already established himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
That's awesome. Yeah, you don't want to be that guy that gets put in a poster most wanted. You know they would. You
Well,
absolutely
they'll
know.
eat you up. I'm telling you, they will eat you up. So I did not want that.
Smart man. Okay. So, being that you were a draftee, what advice do you have for future players to go ahead and get ready for the draft, what they want to look forward to, and then once they do get drafted?
Yeah, I think that the challenge the guys have now is social media wasn't as prevalent when I played than it is now. So um, just be careful. Read twice or whatever before you tweet or Instagram or post. Just kind of just slow it down a little bit if you can, and just um, carry yourself. Treat people like you want to be treated, and carry yourself in a certain way. And I think the thing that I really benefited from was when I got there, Coach Shula was a huge philanthropist. So learning to give back to people that were less fortunate, participating in charity events and stuff like that. I learned a lot of that from Coach Shula because that was very important to him. So we kind of just fell in line. But at the end of the day, you always want to give back to people that's less fortunate than you, whether it's time or whatever. It means a lot more than what you really know. And I guess it was a few years ago. Um, I was guess on the other side of that because we went through Hurricane Harvey and our house got flooded. And I can remember some of the high school kids and stuff came over and helped, get all the wet furniture and stuff out the house. And it came through the whole neighborhood. It was good. I was always on the other side. But when you on that side where you need help or you seeing people come helping you and you don't know who they are or whatever, it just means a lot more. So I've experienced both sides of it, and so it gives me a deeper appreciation for it.
That's awesome. And you hear that, folks? Hey guys, you already know what to do. You got it from the Hall of Famer, Richmond Webb. So look, I got pretty much the questions that I wanted. Thank you. I do have a few questions, honestly, maybe about 4 or 5 questions. Can I have you for a few more minutes?
Yeah, come on
What's
with
the
it.
time frame?
We rolling good here, so now you good.
Oh, okay, okay, good. Hey, I'll take it. Okay, so I got from Miami Kid. He's asking, Richmond Webb, how tough was it to block Bruce Smith? Those were great battles. Bill sucked, by the way. Sorry.
True Dolphin fan. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I tell people it was 60 minutes of hell. Playing against that guy, you knew you were in a football game. You were gonna be exhausted. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be sore. But like I said previously, you always want to play against the best. And it didn't help that we were arch rivals, Bills and Dolphins. Neither team liked each other, so it wasn't hard to get up for that game, this and that. But that was the toughest guy that I had to play against in my career. So yeah, he was pretty tough.
Okay. Awesome. So I got another one from Von Joe. First question. Please ask Mr. Richmond Webb, do you have any more snaps? Um, do you have any more snaps in him? I believe he can still start in our current line. Oh my God. At least he thinks that you can have at least 100 more snaps.
Oh no,
Do
not
you think you can still
100.
play that
That
would
would hurt. That would hurt right now. I mean, man, just trying to get back into shape to play and then go out there and physically after 20 years being retired and then go out there and try to hit somebody. Mentally you can tell yourself, yeah, you don't never lose the mental edge. You always believe you can do it, but physically, I'm just too old. I'm like, man, I mess around, get hurt, just trying to walk out there on that field. I'm like, nah,
Yeah, like I
I'm
got my
feeling
AARP card. I'm good.
my
Okay, great. So let's see. I got no one for Miami Kid. If he's have you joined the Skylar train? You know how he's been doing well in the preseason. Have you joined the Skylar train as far as QB being in the 53-man roster?
Yeah, I thought he's. I saw the first game. Like I said, I didn't see the second game. I got to try to run the replay, but I looked at his stats, and he really played well. And that's what you want to do as a backup quarterback. So I'm really liking the development and the way he's played so far. So I think, not saying he's a starter, but you continue to work to do that, and he's continued to improve week in, week out. So I'm very happy with the way he's played so far. So I'm on that train too to answer his question.
Awesome. Okay. I got a question from Scotty. Ms. Fins, can you ask Mr. Webb where we can help with his and other former players' community outreach?
Um, the, if he's in the local Dolphin area, I will reach out to the community relations organization with the Miami Dolphins, and I know they have that bike challenge where they ride all those miles, but they have several different events. But the community
Oh,
relations
see.
department would be the department to reach out and say, hey, how can I help? I want to give back. And the good thing about the Dolphins, I noticed, is they have a lot of Dolphin groups, whether on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but they do a lot of money raising for different charities and stuff too. So it's several ways, but I would reach out to the community relations organization with the Dolphins, and I'm sure they can point him in the right direction.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Okay. I got one from Cap for Life. Richmond! Exclamation points. Your thoughts about the running game. Do you think it will be fixed in less than 3 weeks? I say keep three backs, seven receivers, four tight ends.
We got an offensive coordinator over there. I think the way the league is now, I think we will be able to run the football, but I think it's a more dominant pass. most offenses now throwing the football a lot more than we were kind of an exception to a rule back when I played with Marino. But more offenses are spreading it out, throwing it, and you got to look at it with the weapons we got: Gasecki, Tyreek Hill, Waddle. You got guys like that get the ball in their hands, whether it's a quick short pass that make a guy miss. That could be 30, 40, a touchdown. So I think the running game will be effective, but um, kind of the way that Coach McDaniel ran the offense and with the 49ers, it was really effective. And they had Debo Samuels or whatever, but we don't have him. But I still think we can get it done with the players that we have.
Okay, great. Great question. I got a next one from Dolphinier. I don't know if it was asked, but who's your current favorite Dolphins player in the roster right now?
Mm. All of them are my favorite. The only kind of connection I have is I played college football with Jalen Waddle's cousin. So,
What?
and I had never met Jalen, but I met his dad. His dad came down to A&M for a game when A&M played Alabama, and me and his cousin, I met his dad. But yeah, that's the connection I got. Other than that, but all of them are my favorite because they're like
No,
teammates. So yeah. Hmm.
I love that. Oh man, I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. So I got another one. This one is coming from I Lamar Foster. Out of the quarterbacks that were playing during your time, other than Marino, which other quarterback would you have liked to play with?
I wouldn't. I was happy where I was at. I mean, I respect all their games and stuff like that, but and it was some great ones. Like I said, Jim Kelly, Montana, um, Elway, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon. It was a ton of great quarterbacks. But once I got drafted to the Dolphins, that's where I wanted to be. And Marino was quarterback, and I was riding with him. So I respect him, but no, I'm going with 13. Yeah,
13 to the day.
yeah.
Oh, love it, love it. Okay, I got two more. So I got from Cat for Life. Serious question. Your thoughts about the players that are rookies that you feel should start as opposed to the politics of the NFL having NFL players that are just at the number mark to solidify a roster spot. That was a mouthful. So I'm assuming from this question, your thoughts on players who are rookies that show potential that you think should start, as opposed to having to start a player because they're already in the team.
No, I think if you win the position, you should start. Um, I think now what you'll see is if a team feels, and I'll just use me as an example. Just say if I was a veteran and and a guy was out playing me, if they truly felt that guy could do the same job that I could just as well or even better, then I would probably be looking at saying, okay, we need to trade Richmond and get something for him and help. I mean, it's a business. I mean, it's just the way it is, and they'll look at it and say, well, he's older, he's younger, but he's really coming along. I think we can let that guy go, and then what you do is you let that guy go, and then you try to strengthen your team where you feel that you can actually upgrade a position or whatever. So I think that does go on this and that, um, and the salaries do make a difference. So just because you're making a lot of money doesn't mean that you're gonna see all that money. You got to perform at a higher level, and hopefully some young guy don't come in and start making you look bad to where they feel you are expendable and move on. Not saying you can't still play, but
Hmm.
they can get away with him, and then save some money and get two or three more guys. So it's just that's the nature of the business. That's it.
Because it is still a business.
It's still a business.
Okay, awesome. And let's see. I had to squeeze in I got one more, and then I gotta squeeze another one because it's one
Breezy.
of our lady doll fans. So I'm doing it here. Sorry, Sarah. I know
No,
I'm
you
taking
good. You
advantage.
good. You good.
But guys, we gotta get the likes up. We got 55 people in here. We only got 39 likes. Let's get the likes up real here for Mr. Webb.
We need 16 more. That's if it's 55 and we got 39. Somebody with me. Yeah, what y'all waiting on?
What are you waiting on? You heard it from him, not me. From him. So let's do it. Listen, I got this next one from Calvin Maxwell. Were you in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
I think I was. I didn't say nothing. It might have been a quick flash. I know Marino was in there. I think I may have been, but it was so quick of a flash. You probably would, and it's hard to miss a big man like me. But if I was, it was like a quick little shot and keep going. But I can't remember now. But I remember when they was doing that movie. I think I was, but I'm not for sure to be honest.
Okay, I got another funny one. This one's coming from 123 for F's Mr. Webb. My beard is going gray. I see yours very distinguished. How did you accept getting older, knowing that you were such a beast your whole life? I'm using just for men.
You know, I never tried to. You can see the top of my head is white too, and I started graying probably a little earlier, but I just let it go. I thought about dyeing it at one time, but have you ever seen somebody try to dye their hair and it doesn't take? Where if it's supposed to be black, it might be like a little orange or a little brownish, and it just don't look right. So I just said, "Nah, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that." And
You
then,
just went full.
what I did was, um, when COVID hit, I just got bored and didn't do anything, and I never wore a beard, and I just said, "Let's see if it'll come in," and it started growing. My wife said I could keep it, so I'm just keeping it right now. I might have to go back to a goatee later, but yeah, right now I'm wearing it. So, but yeah, I'm scared of those products because if it don't take right, everybody will know. So that's why I hadn't messed with it.
Oh, I mean that white. A lot of people. I know my dad. Eventually, once he starts getting white hair,
Yeah,
he wants it to be just like yours, like all white. He wants
yeah.
it all white. So
I'm gonna be like Dad. Then Dad know what he's talking about. I'm gonna roll with Dad.
yes. So I got this one from Michelle Walters. She's one of my all-time first listeners. Love her, love her, love her.
Okay.
She's asking, do you think anyone in our D line can dominate like Bruce Smith did currently?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm got my eye on Jason Phillips, Jalen Phillips. Man, I'm glad they finally just playing. He's just a guy that you need to just let him put his hand down and just rush the passer. I think he's going to be really special. I think he will have double-digit sacks this year. I mean, I think he's going to take that next step. I do. I think he's going to be that guy, kind of like Jason Taylor when he came in. That
Oh, my
coming
favorite player.
from the blind side and strip for fumbles, sack for fumbles, this and that. He's a playmaker. So yeah, I think that's the guy I'm looking to take it to the next level this year as well.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And then I have this one, and this one I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I want to talk about the Hall of Fame real quick with you for like 2 minutes. This is coming from Chef Jew. Chef Jew, shout out to Chef Jew.
Chef Jew,
He's
that's
like,
my man. I know Chef
yeah,
Jew. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to leave his for last. So this is coming from Jeff Jew. Okay, he said, Mr. Richmond, with Tua at QB, how far do you think he can take this team um, for this season?
I think the sky's the limit. I think the thing that I really like about this young man is his work ethic. And when I say that, from the injury he had in college to work to get back to be able to play his rookie year, because that was a pretty serious injury. And then
Career ending.
last year when he didn't, and I always told people you couldn't really evaluate him early on because it was just the protection was really really bad. Offensive line was really really bad last year. So, but what I like about him was he never took time to point fingers and say, if I'd had this guy or this and that. He took it on the chin. He's a teammate. I think he's a true leader. And if everything comes together, I think he's got the weapons. The offensive line performs pretty well. I think everybody's going to be happy with Tua, and I want to see that because I think the media, a lot of people took shots at this kid when they really didn't give him a fair chance, but he's held his head high and just continued to work to get better. And I think it's good that, even Coach McDaniel, he seems like he's really supporting and wants to see him do well. So I want to see him do well, but I think we're in good hands with Tua.
I definitely agree. I mean, this is his year. It's his team to take it as far as he wants to. Third year removed from that hip injury, career-ending injury.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, now he has the supporting cast in the offense. The defense has been set by
Mhm.
Flores, but the offense now he finally has that. So to me, it is really 100% on him to do the best that he can. And if he pans out and he's the guy, it's gonna be the best outcome for the Dolphins because we can take next year's draft and go ahead and just add even more pieces. Let's take that tackle. That's gonna really, hey, you know exactly what I mean. Let's take that tackle that's gonna really help him out. You know what I mean?
That's
Let's
it.
take that center. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Let's go ahead and shore up this offensive line for real, just like the Bengals did with Justin with Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
And let's go ahead and build that wall for him, and
you
then
got to
you're
build
gonna
a
see him
wall.
take that extra step on top. So I agree. And look, when you have an injury like that, it's not gonna be easy for a player to come back. The fact that he even played and was put in and he still, did what he did is definitely something to commend him for because at the end of the day, look, it's nothing you can do. It was a situation that he came into when he was drafted, but now he's taking that step to move forward. So thank you for that. And I hope you liked it so far, but I got to talk about Hall of Fame, sir.
Okay.
How is this not how are you not in the Hall of Fame, especially with Boselli just getting in? I get it. Some people say, oh, he's only in because it was the first overall pick from the Jaguars, and that's it. But if you think about it, he played 7 seasons, you played 13. He had 5 Pro Bowls, you had 7. He had first team All Pro. He had 3, you had 2. And even games that you guys played, he had 91 games. He started 90, but you played 184 games. You doubled it and started 183. So, where do you see this, and when do you think you're going to make the Hall of Fame? Because this is just an atrocity at
Yeah,
this point.
it's the same argument that's being made about my teammate Zach Thomas, and me and Zach probably similar. I think our resume speaks for itself. Like you say, you bring up great points, the comparisons, this and that. But I think I got a shot. It's just some people they get in quicker than others, this and that. I definitely think Zach has a shot, deserving this and that. And I think the good thing is when the fan base, even on Twitter and stuff like that, um, the Dolphin fan base does a good job of tweeting the Pro Football Hall of Fame and letting them know about me, about Zach, about players that they feel are deserving from the Dolphins. And I think that speaks volumes for us. And that way we don't have to look like disgruntled players just complaining because we're not in there. But you guys, you guys got our back. So that's what I say. I'm glad I'm with this fan base. Y'all take good care of me, and I appreciate that. But speaking for me, and I think speaking for Zach, I think we're both definitely worthy of that honor. It's just taking a little longer for us, but hopefully, I get in, Zach get in, and everybody be happy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's an atrocity right now. I have 2 legends, living legends at that. You see some players getting most post much after they pass.
I
I
got,
can't
I
say
got,
that word. Thank you,
I
because that
struggle
word
with.
is hard.
I couldn't throw you a lifesaver, but I know what you're saying. It started with an H. I know.
Yeah, I just can't.
I got
Yeah, exactly. But we don't want to see that for either of you. I mean, you guys are young. I mean, I think you're 55, 56 around there. So you're still kicking. You got at least another 40 to 45. So you're good. So does Sack. But we still want you guys to go ahead and make it in there. And again, now I'm gonna close it out here. Look, Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Webb. It's such an honor. I'm so grateful that you came. I know, right? You make your rounds and you put yourself out there for the fans, but this is something that not everybody gets the opportunity to do it, and having the opportunity to ask you questions and really get to know your era, because your era it's in the record books. It really makes a difference for young fans that may not have known, all this history about the Dolphins, as far as the locker room and the huddles and the battles, and for the older folk who have watched you play, who followed your whole career. It's a great mismatch. So thank you for allowing me to take this part and coming here to the Miss Finn show this morning, man. I really do appreciate it. Any last words for the fans? Any last words that you want to go ahead and say?
Well, I definitely want to thank you for having me on on your show. I can tell by your face. I mean, you just glowing. That you're a true diehard fan. So I always like hanging around positive energy like that. And I thank the fans for interacting, with the questions and stuff like this. And I think you got a great show. And like I said, definitely support like Miss Fins. If we all kind of support each other, that helps us all get to the next level. So y'all hit that like, subscribe button and support this young lady. And she might even, I don't know, if she don't blow up too quick, she might even have me back on her show. I don't know.
Oh,
I
oh,
might need to get her dad's number so we got the white hair together. So I might have to pull a power move and tell Dad, say, hey, talk to Miss Finn. Let me get back on here for a minute.
oh, you're too kind. I love it. And again, Mr. Webb, it's such a pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And you enjoy the rest of your day. Hey, fins up for I'm going 17-0, sir.
I'm
We're
riding
winning
with
the
you.
Super Bowl.
Save
We're
me,
winning the Super
save me
Bowl,
a seat
baby.
in that car. I'm gonna ride with you. That's what I'm talking.
Exactly. 20-0 at this point because we need that Super Bowl. So we're doing it. But guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna close it out here. But again, Mr. Webb, thank you so much for joining. I don't know if you want to hang out in the back or if you gotta go either way. But thank you again so much for joining me this morning. I really, truly appreciate it. Man, oh, this
I'll
is a joy.
do
Thank you,
that. I'll
thank
do
you,
that.
thank
I'll
you,
do that. All right. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day.
thank you. See you soon. Bye bye, guys. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mr. Richmond Webb. If you didn't get a chance to see the entire episode, guys, go ahead and go back, watch the replay. There were a few questions that you guys asked, guys. I already asked those questions, so I wanted to make sure that at least we asked some new questions for him. So that's why I may not have mentioned it when you guys posted it, but I did. Those questions, I promise you, were already asked by me earlier. Thank you guys. I mean, this is guys, that was Richmond Webb. Like this is awesome. But thank you for just joining me this morning. I really do appreciate it. You guys already know how we do. Monday through Friday, each and every morning, 8 a.m. Miss Fins. You can catch Miss Fins every single morning, Monday to Friday. Guys, it's been such a pleasure. Please go ahead and like and share. Like and share, subscribe. You heard it from Richmond, not from me. You heard it from him, guys. And I really, really do appreciate all of you guys' support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a phenomenal show. Hey, listen, we only got 47 likes. So let's go ahead and get the likes up, guys. Let's do a little like run. Let's do a little like run just to give you guys some more info too. We got our 500 subscriber giveaway, guys. You're gonna like it, trust me. And I also got the 1,000 subscriber. I might be giving away a game ticket with that too. I don't know, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'll go ahead and keep you guys posted for that. But go ahead and hit that like button for me. Let's get over 50 likes here for Mr. Webb. Again, guys, he was live. That's so awesome. Okay, so we got that giveaway coming through, guys. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe. Thank you, every single one of you guys again. Hit that like button, subscribe. YouTube.com/MissFins. I want to thank everybody that came from Twitter, Twitch, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, comment down below at the end of the video. video and tell me what was your favorite part, your favorite question, because definitely it was great. And we ran down through the schedule, guys. We have Mr. Webb's record prediction for the Dolphins. So go ahead again, subscribe today, youtube.com/Miss Finn. Oh my God, that was awesome, guys. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. As always, as per usual, you guys are the best, and you guys keep me going. So like I said, so thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I will catch you tonight. We have our weeknight at 8 p.m. Okay, so go ahead and check us out tonight, 8 p.m. Wednesday night. We're gonna be discussing training camp and joint practices, guys. So come out. I might even open up the panel too for you guys if y'all come in. So go ahead and do that. Thank you, thank you. I'll catch you guys tonight at 8 p.m. right here on the Miss Finn's channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. Oh man, I'm just excited. Let me see. You know what? Let me put it out here. Watching Hall of Famer, absolutely. Crypto, great show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is awesome. Absolutely. You guys are great, great, great. Really appreciate you guys. That was awesome. Absolutely, absolutely. We love you. Yes, we do. We do. We do. Webb is a gentle giant. Yes, he is. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I like your energy. Thank you, guys. See here. See, fans, positive energy. There you go, guys. See, it was fire. I appreciate you guys. Respect to the one best to do it, Mr. Webb. Absolutely. Such a great job, Jolie, in the interview. Great job as always, Mr. Webb. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, man. Great job, Miss Phins. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. You did good, Jolie. You did good. Appreciate it. Oh, you guys are lit. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Miss Phins, good show today. Thank you all for all that you do. Keep up the good work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. Please. Yeah, you guys are the best. You guys are the reason why we do this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight, we are going to be discussing. We're going to be discussing everything that happened today. Plus, on top of that, the joint practices, guys. So go ahead and check it out tonight. Absolutely going to have it. And of course, Chef Jew, thank you, sir. Great show today. Thank you, Lady Dolphin, Miss Phins, and Richmond Webb for blessing us today. Love you both. Thank you, Chef Jew. I really do appreciate it. Guys, again, this is Miss Phins. I'm signing out. I get out of here. Working woman. But, guys, thank you again for joining Miss Phins. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.